Good evening and welcome to another episode of Moonshot Nutrition. My name's Addison and this is Good Sleep Part 3 Supplement Edition. So, the supplements surrounding sleep. Many of them work, but it's important to understand how they work. And there's really only two ways you can figure out what supplements work for you. The first way is to just try a bunch of pre-made formulas until you find the one that works for you. And to be honest with you, this isn't a terrible way to go. Now, it can sometimes cost a little more money, but the nice thing about this is assuming that you find one relatively quickly that works, it does make life simpler once you find it because you don't have to go building your own. But for those of you that really like to know everything that helps, I'm going to try to give you a broad overview of most of the things you'll find and let you figure out what works for you. So to start with, we're going to talk about a supplement that a lot of people don't think about, which is magnesium. Magnesium is a great supplement before you go to sleep. Not necessary for everybody, but it's a great supplement, A, because most people need more magnesium anyway, and B, because a lot of people that have things like restless leg and any time where from sort of, if you think of it, the neck down, they're having trouble sleeping. Their body doesn't want to slow down, even though their brain desperately does. Magnesium is a really good way to calm your body, specifically magnesium citrate. Usually around 400 milligrams is enough to help people avoid cramps, reduce restless leg, and just sort of calm the body. Now, as far as calming the head, some people, the problem is that your head's just a little, it's firing too fast and it can't stop thinking. For those folks, try GABA. Okay, around I think 500 milligrams. You can also try L-theanine, which is actually one of my favorites. L-theanine is really nice. I like the fast dissolving tablets that are about 100 milligrams a piece. And you can also try kava. Those three things, and valerian root is a fourth one. Valerian root can sometimes leave people a bit groggy the day, in the following morning. So you kind of have to experiment to see which one of those works for you. But most people will find that one of those four, or a combination of those four, will work very well for them. Quick side note, for those of you that think kava is dangerous to your liver, it's really only dangerous to your liver if your liver is not functioning well. Okay, if you're a healthy human being and you're taking normal doses of kava, you're going to be okay. So that's what helps to calm your brain. Now, as far as the actual falling asleep, can you fall asleep? This is where melatonin, as well as some calming oils like lemon balm and lavender, can work really well for some people. The essential oils that can work, namely lavender and lemon balm and passion flower, those sometimes work for people when they're ingested and sometimes work when they're put into a diffuser or some device where you can smell them. You kind of have to feel your way out there. Neither one is wrong or right. If it works for you, great. The melatonin, though, to get back to the melatonin, because a lot of people incorrectly think that melatonin is habit forming. And the reason I think this is they'll take melatonin anywhere from like half a milligram up to as much as 10 milligrams of melatonin, and though a lot of people swear you don't need more than 5, again, follow your biology on that one. They will call it habit forming because when they stop taking the melatonin, they can no longer get to sleep. What they forget is that they weren't getting to sleep in the first place. So if the only change you made was to take melatonin and finally allows you to get to sleep, then yes, the moment you take the melatonin away, you will revert back to the state you were in where you couldn't fall asleep. And also melatonin works for a lot of people in today's age because we have the bright lights on all the time. So our melatonin is not allowed to actually recover correctly. Or I should say, build up correctly, which I discussed in the previous video. So if your melatonin isn't allowed to build up, you will find that supplemental melatonin will help. Also, melatonin will help you reach those deeper stages of sleep. Now, the last thing you can try is 5-HTP. 5-HTP is actually a serotonin precursor. But here's the thing to remember about 5-HTP. Don't jump in with monster doses. And if you're 5-HTP it does help some people make it through the night without waking up. But I gotta warn you, it's a little all over the map, so you have to experiment with it. And some people find that they actually have to come off of 5-HTP and cycle it in order to get the maximum benefit. They can't just keep taking it, because otherwise their body will actually build a tolerance to it. Again, this is where, starting at a low dose like 25-50 milligrams, you have to self-experiment. So I hope you'll take these 3 parts in Good Sleep to heart. I hope they helped. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, but most importantly, whatever you learned that is beneficial to you and your loved ones, spread the message to everybody. As always, spread the message, make the world a better place. My name's Addison. This is Moonshot Nutrition. Thank you so much for watching, and good night.